Hello everyone. It's Shelby here from Superior Consumer Solutions, and I'm so excited to bring you guys some new information. All right. So happy Sunday. It is self-care Sunday. This is usually the days I have off, but I did some studying and I was able to come back to you guys with some new information, okay, live information. So let me pull up a chair. All right, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Welcome to my channel. This is where I pretty much talk about all of the latest, funding opportunities that we have as entrepreneurs and ways that we can strategize together and, get through this economy as entrepreneurs, right? So let's get into it. And let me know if it's loud or if you hear the echo. I'm so sorry. I don't have like a mic or anything today. Or we're not like inside the home office part, right? So let's get right into it. So one thing I'm doing now is, bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and put the links down below. Hello. Let's see here. So SSBCI, all right, that's what I wanted to talk about. So SSBCI is called the State Small Business Credit Initiative Program, okay? SSBCI, all right? And so the SSBCI is something that has always been around, right? But, because of the CARES Act and all these other great acts from, that was signed from the whole pandemic situation, now we have the SSBCI that is available to us, to all states, and each state is doing, dispersing the funds differently. What I noticed is that with the SSBCI, this is funding that, will go through to your state, or your state has to apply for it. Once they apply for it and they actually get the funds, then it's up to your state as to how they actually disperse the funds. Now, majority of the southern states and majority of the states, honestly, are actually giving out this funding through like CDFI banks, so just like any banks in your local area, or credit unions, right? So SSBCI, State Small Business Credit Initiative Program, it has the word credit in it, okay? And the whole point of the program is it is a loan program, LOAN. It is a loan program. This is not a grant program, okay? This is not a situation where you're able to get some money, right? And then next thing you know, you think you don't have to pay it back. No, this is a loan that you'll have to pay back. But the whole point of it, and I don't want you guys to get like afraid of getting business loans, because honestly, getting business loans is positive, okay? That is something that you definitely want to do. You want to be able to show credit worthiness. You want to be able to show how that you can handle 100,000, 200,000, $500,000, or $1 million or more. The industries that you guys are in, definitely take the time out to study and know, how much funding that you need. And once you know how much funding you need, you'll come to terms of knowing that applying for X amount of grants, it might take you much longer to get the funding that you need versus having good credit or great credit worthiness business credit, and then you'll be able to get guaranteed funding. The whole point is, when we get loans, let's just have a strategy, right? An execution strategy. So that way, when we get the loans, we'll know what to do with it, and then we'll be able to, multiply it, okay? So that's the whole point. So let's get into the new news that I actually got overnight and that I was studying, okay? And obviously, let me go ahead and put the reference link in the description for you all while I'm doing that. I'm going to put the reference link here, so that way you all can go ahead and click down below and, follow along, right? And that's my number, you guys, just in case you didn't know. All right, so let's get into it. Loans of up to $50,000, okay? $50K to Florida small business owners. So if you're my cousin Okay, if you're my cousin down here in South Florida, then you have the opportunity to get $50,000. And this is through, the DEO. This is where we would actually apply for this funding. So let me go ahead and read a little bit more about how you can possibly be eligible and things like that. So loans of up to $50,000 to Florida small business owners in eligible counties to mitigate the impacts of Hurricane Ian. Funding is intended to provide short-term assistance to businesses that have incurred both physical and economic damages due to all disasters, okay? Businesses located in Charlotte, these are the counties, in Charlotte County, in Collier County, DeSoto County, Flagler, Glades, Hardy, Henry, Highlands, Hillsborough, Lake, Lee, Manatee, Monroe, Orange, Osceola, Pinellas, Polk County, Putnam, Sarasota County, okay, not Sarasota, Florida, Sarasota County, and Seminole County, and St. John's and Volusia County, okay? They're all included to apply. So majority of those counties are obviously the counties that were affected by Hurricane Ian. So majority of it will be like Central Florida and kind of like, North Florida. The Florida Small Business Emergency Bridge Loan Program provides short-term, zero-interest working capital loans that are intended to bridge the gap, all right, between the time a disaster impacts a business and when the business has secured long-term recovery. So this is really cool, all right. There's also commercial available loans, insurance claims, and other resources that you can take advantage of, okay? So $50,000, and this is an emergency bridge loan. Now, if you don't know anything about bridge loans or short-term loans in general, that's exactly what it is. These short-term loans usually are about a year up to like the longest I've seen, I think it was like 5 years. And then short-term, right? So that means it's just something really quick to get you over because you were affected by a certain type of disaster. And this specific disaster was Hurricane Ian. $50,000, definitely something we can use. Florida small businesses down here can use for this fourth quarter. So I definitely urge you guys to apply. Here is what you need. Here is the eligibility requirements and what you need to make sure you have before you actually apply for this opportunity. So your eligibility requirements, your business first must be located in Florida, all right, or based out of Florida. Your business must have been established prior to September 24, 2022. So you had to be an active business, active LLC through Sunbiz or INC, before September 24th, okay, which is when, like, I guess, not when these events happen, but yeah. Your business must be located in an eligible county. So I've already named the counties. And then your business must have been economically injured or physically damaged by Hurricane Ian. Economic. Obviously, we know what physical damage is, okay? So if you're a brick and mortar, if you're a car shop, if you're a hair salon, if you're a barber shop, if your restaurant has been physically, damaged by any disasters, Hurricane Ian, then obviously you can go to the SBA and apply for the physical damage. And then you would have to provide like your insurance, your lease, and all of that stuff. And then if you are economically, affected, that means economic. Let me give you an example of economic, okay? So we go through these storms, or we go through a disaster, a situation, and say the lights go out for like a couple of days, right? Say your lights go out for like a day or two, okay? You couldn't make any money because when your lights go out, the Wi-Fi goes out. When the Wi-Fi goes out, everything else goes out, okay? You can't make money on your computer, can't do your webinars, can't do anything, right? So you are economically affected by this particular disaster, which means you are eligible, okay? Especially if you whether or not you have a brick and mortar or not, but say you are doing lawn care, right? You do landscape, lawn care, things like that. During the hurricane, you obviously couldn't come outside and cut nobody's grass, okay, and do any lawn care because everybody had to stay inside for their safety. Even if you're a home-based business as a lawn care owner, you still have the ability to apply for this loan because you were economically affected. So economics, physical damage, we know the difference, right? Want you guys to know the difference because that you should know that for SBA opportunities too. So, your business must have been economically or physically damaged by Hurricane Ian. Your business must employ so at least two people, or up to 100 employees. Okay, the max is 100 employees. And it says credit score of 600 or above. And you must have repaid an outstanding previous emergency bridge loan. Okay, loans can be made to individuals who own at least 51% of the eligible business. So, credit score of 600 or above, that's what you need in order to, apply for this or get approved for this opportunity. Have to be based out of Florida, have to be in one of those particular counties. So even if you don't live here, but you have family or friends that live down here in Florida, especially in Central Florida, like Orlando, Kissimmee, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota, places like that in like Central Florida. And then also obviously Fort Myers and other places that have definitely been on the news and been affected. If you know anyone that lives here, definitely share this video because they can get $50,000, a $50,000 bridge loan to help them in this fourth quarter and to help them, start the year off or get back up. So there is additional, information that I can go ahead and put in the description below. So if you are a Florida-based business and you do have a credit score of 600 or above, and you were economically or physically affected by Hurricane Ian, and you are ready to apply for this particular opportunity right now, then I'll go ahead and, obviously you can click the link below right now, or I'll put some more information down there for you. There's also possibly additional information that they might need, and I did take a screenshot of it from their website because their website actually tells you what documentations you'll need. So I did take a screenshot. Let's go to that screenshot really quick. All right, so they have the lending guidelines, right, which is pretty much what I went over. You need to have a credit score of 600 or above, things like that. But the required documents, and I really want you all to pay attention to this because the majority of these bank or these lenders, they pretty much are asking for these particular documents. So the required documents for this $50,000 opportunity is you must provide your current personal tax returns, your current business tax returns, your current employer tax documentation, and a valid copy of your valid driver's license, front and back. So the driver's license, personal taxes, business taxes, and employer tax document, okay? So you will need like all of your tax information pretty much to provide for this particular loan opportunity. Emergency bridge loans, you can also apply for bridge loans through the SBA as well, which most likely the reasons for why they're actually asking for this extensive documentation, because the SBA asked for it too, okay? And since the whole COVID situation, you gotta think, these loans and these lending opportunities, they are being more strict because of all of the fraud that happened in the past. So, providing tax documentation, if there is not one thing that I want you guys to definitely take out of the aggressive urgeness, I guess, or the need for funding, is that you definitely want to file your business taxes, okay? Because the business taxes, I've noticed, is something that we've been stressing ourselves out about, and we shouldn't, okay? We really shouldn't. It's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. You just report how much you made annually or how much you're currently making, and then we'll go from there, okay? And if you're pre-revenue, then just file, all right? Just file. If you're pre-revenue, file 0, all right? Just do something. The whole point is that you file something, all right? Or you actually don't have to. A lot of people say that you don't have to file. I'm not really sure. I'm not a CPA, so you would definitely have to reach out to them. All right, so I see you all are commenting. That was all the information I have for you today. Obviously, I have more information to give to you. I did find some really, 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 really good grants. So I'm so excited to go over these grant opportunities tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we're going to go over the grants, so I make sure I organize my notes and stuff like that. Okay, so before I let you guys go, do we have any questions? Hello, I applied for the EIDL. Is it the same application as the renters getting $40,000? No, it's not the same application. The EIDL COVID-19 relief through the SBA, The way that the application process went was much easier, and because it was like a worldwide situation, especially economically, it was nationwide that we needed the funds, right? So that was something that was, when that program came, their portal, everything was completely different. Now, the new SBA loans or any SBA funding that you want to get into or you want to apply for, it is a total different ball game, okay? And it also is not as quick as it was for the EIDL. The EIDL, you just put in the application and then most likely in less than 30 days you would be funded. Whereas usually it doesn't happen that way with SBA. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer because you have to provide multiple documentation, and then that documentation you provide has to be verified. And once it's verified, then you'll find, that you'll have to sign your documents and possibly do like a pitch interview and go from there, okay? So it's gonna be different. What about if you start your company in 2022 and therefore or they don't have a revenue yet? Can you still apply for this loan? Yeah, as long as you started your company before September 24th of this year, you can actually apply for this loan. It's $50,000 as long as your business is located here in Florida and also is located or based out of one of those particular counties I named earlier in the video. And yeah, you have to have a 600 credit score and all of those other good things that I named. So yeah, long as you were started before September 24th. And remember, with these loans and with these opportunities, you will have to provide documentation. They will have to verify, okay? So yes, I know sometimes that you all are looking for like grant opportunities for like, and I do want to talk about this really quick. Grant opportunities for like your businesses, but I want you all to think about what type of business you're into and think about the industry you're getting into. Because if you are looking to get like a grant opportunity to start a trucking business, you're starting off wrong. If you are looking to get a grant to start a business that's inside of a business industry that takes a lot of money to make money, like real estate, trucking, tech, and more, you're starting off wrong. Grant opportunities are something that I want you guys to think of as a plan B, not a plan A. Your plan A should be your personal credit. Your plan A should be your business credit, okay? Because that gets you guaranteed funding. With grant opportunities, it's not guaranteed. It's 50-50. Even though it's worth the 50-50 gamble because, it's free money, it's still the idea of you using a lot of your time and efforts to actually apply for these opportunities where you can just, put that same effort into building your business credit and also get guaranteed funding opportunities through business credit, right? And also through having, a credit score of at least 680 or above. So if you don't have good personal credit, okay, because I'm telling you, we're going into 2023, and for funding opportunities, they're going to look at your personal credit, okay, and it's going to need to be really 700 or above. But right now, we're just throwing out 680 or above, because that's the bare minimum that they're accepting. And so if you don't have good personal credit, you can always text me, #credit, to my phone number, 305-686-0781. And I can definitely, help you out. I'm partnered with a really good firm that will take care of your personal credit. And then also business credit, right? We can always build business credit. You can have excellent business credit in less than 90 days. And once you have, your excellent business credit, then that's when you'll see that it'll be much easier for you to get approved for certain funding opportunities like business loans, business credit cards and more, okay? So I just wanted to come on here and I want to say that piece as well, because I know that you all have been inquiring about grants and that you don't really know about what grants are. So tomorrow, I'm going to go over 5 really good grant opportunities that I found, nationwide. And then also, we're going to go over what a grant is and, how do you apply for them and the best ways to search for them and more, okay? Because grant opportunities are great. Yes, they are. They are great. But how to apply is something that may be a little bit challenging for certain applications. Each grant opportunity is different. I always say that. And then, like I said, grants is great, 50-50, but I want you guys to put a lot more efforts into building your business credit, okay? Because that's going to give you guaranteed funding. All right, guaranteed funding. Plus, a lot of the times with these grant opportunities, I mean, as far as with pre-revenue, I've noticed that when we get to the fourth quarter, there's not a lot of pre-revenue or startup grant opportunities, okay? So if that, with that being said, you know, try your best to save up some of your funding and you invest. And then when you're able to show that you invested your own funding, then that always helps out, right? That always helps out, okay? And obviously having a good business plan or proposal. So I really appreciate you all today. I really did. And I'm hoping that you know this video was very informative. So catch me tomorrow so we can talk more about all the grant opportunities I found over this weekend, and we can go more in details about how to apply for them and where to search for them and X, Y, and Z, okay? Make sure you share this video to a small business owner, especially if they're based out here in Florida, okay? Free, a $50K, $50,000 business loan opportunity that you can get as long as you are a Florida-based business down here with me, okay? And you were affected by Hurricane Ian. All right, so subscribe to my channel, like this video if it was informative, share it out to all of your friends, please, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? It was such a pleasure, you guys. What about people in other states? Tomorrow we're gonna go over. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go over people in other states. I got you guys covered. All right. I appreciate you all. Peace.